Yazi mama, engathi ungaphinde usho futhi yazi uhlambalazi le. Shame on him. Yazi buka nje umhlaba usibukile TV. Bebuka umuntu ekhulumela thina. Mabembuka nje they feel like those people are celebrating right now. We look like fools. Yazi kodwa mina mfethu ngiyanitshela ngithi ngisasho. We don't have a president. We are the president. Let's unite and fight. Yabo. Oh, Allah. He doesn't even mention the most points about what the people of South Africa are facing right now. Yes, we know our kids are dying. Why are they too much into the poison research?
Like I'm analyzing.
And like it feels like Yobanisho guys would okay. So those people, they want to spend our tax money to hire people and go to our schools to teach our children and our parents, instead of using that money to clean all these people out of South Africa. Does he put that first? Are we their priority as South Africans? He doesn't even talk about the businesses. Okay, this shop will be moving and we'll put our people. No. He's like a doctor. He was a doctor to me. He was not a president. He's like a clown, a puppet. I'm sorry to say this.
Doctors will tell you the truth. He wasn't telling us the truth.
Ingane zezithini mase ibuka nje president ethi ikhuluma kanjena. Zofunda nikusasa. Do we have a president wadalana? Do we have a president? Ngiyabuza naye, do we have?
Consent about mothers that will be running from pillar to post in January. What is our plan, South Africans? We'll be running up and down looking for spaces for children, while these people, abantwana babo be right, having spaces. Their spaces are already secured. It will be a South African. Watch and learn. You'll see in January it's going to be a South African. Bona Lavanto, they already paid whatever bribe that they're supposed to pay their children. They have spaces. It will be you and I that's running around. What is the actual plan?
If we are...
Sony, may I enter in Fakwa homes and talk about changing laws, changing laws? Where exactly are we going to change the laws? Where are we to change the laws? Are we going to start by changing laws when we're still sitting in our homes, in our houses, opening lives, talking a lot of what and what not, exposing how much do we know about the what that is happening in South Africa? What about the action, guys? When are we standing up and fighting in our own country? Is there anyone who doesn't know what is happening? Is there anyone who doesn't know what our government is doing to us? Is there anyone who doesn't know the problem of the foreigners? Guys, let's bet. Today is today's date is 15th of November. Watch and listen on the month end. This month end. What are we going to talk about? And even in December, remind me, even in December, you must be here. Let's come on, let's talk here. Let us be too much on theory, no practical. How many times? There are still men who are talking about let us teach let us do this to our kids. The country has gone already, but we are here singing, talking big English. Guys, these people are not telling lies when they say you will talk and talk, cry loud, you are going nowhere. South Africans are cowards. We don't want to prove them wrong. This is what we are practicing, is what we are doing. I'm giving you the month end of this November. We'll be here talking big on these platforms. And we must watch. December is coming. Even on the 15th of December, I'm giving us, me included,
Ngicela
yes, I'm
kuwena.
giving us
Yini
a
iplano
date.
nalo
You
wena?
must
What
watch on the
icebo lakho?
yima bhuti, yima ndikunikile ixesha lakho, yima ndicela ugqiba nam, please. Senzawugqiba. You must watch on the 15th of December, a month we'll be here singing the same song, talking about Ramaphosa this, Ramaphosa that. Who doesn't know? Since when? I mean, from, I think, from May after elections, we were here talking about what the government is doing to us, as if there's no one, or as if there's someone who is coming from overseas who doesn't know what is happening in South Africa. Really, we must cry loud until Jesus comes to save us, because we can't save ourselves. Thank you.
Yes, Ndosh, I hear you what you're saying, ne? And you are 100%. We need the action. We cannot just talk on lives and talk on the social networks and talk. We need action. But also in that action, every movement has to have a leader, and it has to have a strong leader and someone who has principles and someone who's passionate about what and someone that knows what they are fighting for and comes from the people, not someone who's gonna come, someone that's rich and already there, that's got the privilege, coming from us, people that are feeling the pain. But the thing is, we are lacking in that department, or we do not have someone that is putting up a hand to say, I will lead this movement. I am gonna take South Africans that are struggling. I am gonna fight for them. No one is pushing that narrative. Instead, we are seeing someone who is coming from a background of being a politician and using the same playbook. So this movement of us as people, that we need to take our country back, we need to take the government accountable. The movement needs a leader and someone who is strong and someone that is principled. So until that day that we have that leader, we won't have any. Okay, you can go.
I don't think this is about a leader. You know, a leader. I will give you an example of Operation Tutula, where there was a leader. Where is that leader? This doesn't need a leader, Pudi. A leader will be targeted.
I said a movement. I didn't say a leader. I said a movement of us people taking the action. Movement of us people taking an action. It needs a strong leader. Even if Operation Tutula was a movement that was there to benefit abantu abamnyama, to fight struggles about as businesses, illegal businesses that are happening up in South Africa. But leadership was poor. That's why I'm saying a movement needs a strong leadership. I didn't say about the leader only. I'm talking about the movement. Movement goes with the leadership. And the leadership needs to be principled and strong. And someone that understands the pain of Ababanda Balulayo. Not just as someone that is there to get or grab the power to be in charge. So that's why I'm saying a movement needs a strong leader. Thank you.
There were movements, I don't know, the beginning of this year, I think around April when I came to TikTok, I saw some movements. I don't know, because I don't see them anymore. What's happening? And you know what? Now, going to schools will waste our time, because which school are we going? We're supposed to just go to education department, and as soon as the schools are opening, whether your child is accepted or not, we need to just go to education department to say, we are crying as South Africans. We don't want these people. They are overcrowding our children, and we expose whatever that's happening there. We tell them we know these people are paying. We tell them we know that these people, their children don't even have the certification. We're fearing for our children's lives. Just last year, meaning this year, where our children were unalived. ke batho ba bana ba rona ba kenang le bona dikolo. So we are supposed to go there and say to education department, education, Ramaphosa le cabinet ya hae a etse batho ba special schools so that they can be taught their language. I guess there was a school who was advocating for a foreign language in this country, in a government school. So we are going to say to Ramaphosa, Bona Ramaphosa, we had enough with these people. Build schools for these people so that they go alone. We don't want to mix with them because number one, we know who they are not food. They don't have papers. Number one. Number two, even their immunization cards, they are forged. There are other things that these children are not immunized. And number two, they are illegal. How are they in our schools? And tax and everything. Our children are bearing a brunt of not having schools running from pillar to post. Now, I've never seen any foreigner crying about space. They have their private schools all over. Why are they not taking their children? Why do they have to mix with our children in our children's schools? That's one thing I don't understand. Why are they forcing to be with our children at schools when they can build their own schools and be taught in their own language, like they were advocating in the beginning of this year that there was a school in Marabastad that wanted to teach Shona in South Africa. Guys, we are too lenient as South Africans. Let's stand up. Let's go to education department. I initially said we must go to schools, but I don't think it will work because which school are we going to? Let's just go straight to education department and stand there and tell them, oh, guys, if you are not giving us what we want, we are going to interrupt schools. Our children are not going to school this year with these children that we don't know.
Not from here. He was not anywhere like this year. But next year, the child will be having papers as if he's coming from maybe Centurion Primary. And then he's coming to Midrand Primary and having all legit papers. They even change the year, the identity and everything. And the child will go to any grades that they think he can do or she can do.
If their mothers and fathers can forge IDs, they can do anything. They have spaza shops called Home Affairs. They have spaza, they right there, they're selling whatever. Inside is Home Affairs. So if their mothers and fathers can forge IDs, you know where where I'm working in the health sector, where I'm not going to make mention of. There's this guy that came with a South African ID. Instead of Mube, he wrote Mube. You know, most the Mubes are in KZN and they are South Africans. But when this guy speaks, he's an elderly guy. I think he's around 50 something, this guy. When he speaks exactly Zimbabwean. He sounds Ndebele. And then the person that was registering him is asking, where do you come from? The way this guy was so defensive. You know, he did not even understand whether we're asking the country or we're asking the address. He was just so defensive to say, yeah, no. He threw that from Congo of ID to say, I'm South African. And who was asking you are South African? Yeah, you are asking questions as if you are Home Affairs. They even disrespect us, these people. Why are they disrespecting us? Because they have ammunition from our government. They are giving them to say, nobody that's not from Home Affairs is going to interrogate you. So how are we even supposed to offer a healthcare service to a person that is so disrespectful, who sees you like nothing in your own country? Well, guys, when it comes to schools, let's prioritize our children. We have sacrificed our children.
Even jobs, you see that SAPS, ne? There are Zimbabweans that are working there with fraudulent IDs. That's why most of the time these people are not doing anything. I've seen many of them. When I follow up, this person is not Derek Skosana. He is something else. It's just that he's been here in South Africa forever. He can speak all the languages.
And you know what, my sister, it will be easy to get rid of these people because those IDs that they carry, they cannot be read by the biometrics. When you take it to the bank cannot encode it because it's Hong Kong. They were supposed to do that each and every place, free services where South Africans are competing with these people. You know, It's so sad because there was a time when I came here to social media and I saw a guy, an old man in Nigeria saying, yeah, the doctors here in Nigeria are failing us. They are on strike because they are not getting paid. I will go to South Africa to seek medical help. Just imagine. He's even just saying it plain that he's coming to South Africa. What are we as South Africans saying about all this? These are the injustices that if we keep quiet as South Africans, we will leave our children to suffer in their country like this, because nobody wants to take action. So guys, as I'm saying, I think here we need to just go to Department of not Home Affairs, of Education, and say enough is enough, guys. We are here because now it will circulate and it will be in the media to say we want Ramaphosa and his people to know that our forefathers fought for this country. Our children will never lack space. Let Ramaphosa build schools for these people. It's his people, because it's clear where they are benefiting him and the cabinet, not us. We don't want them. We don't want to mix with these people. If they value them so much, let them build schools for them. Let them be in their own schools. They can do that. There are schools here in everywhere, in fact, that these people are advertising. And they are building and they are saying it's their schools. They can just take their children and go put them there. Why are we supposed to suffer in our country with illegal migrants? Our guys. And then now the Bella bill comes to tell us, that if a parent has a child at school, they are not supposed to be deported. What kind of nonsense is that?
Dumelang, ke ne kopa go bua. Hello.
Yes,
Good evening.
continue.
Bua.
Good evening. My name is Putsweng. Like ke ne kopa go tshwela like le utlwa Setswana kere.
Yeah.
Yeah, ke ne kopa go tshwela mo kgang ya education. Like le nna I'm going through a lot ka kgang ya teng. Like since ke applyetse ngwana ka July, like ke nna mo toropo mo Klerksdorp, since ke applyetse ngwana ka July, like a se ba batsame ba mfounela or ba nkarabe. So
complaining about the crimes that Nigerians are doing because they are affecting us. We have Nigerians in South Africa who are committing crime. If there were South African criminals in Nigeria who were committing crime in Nigeria, then I'd understand where his take comes from. But there's no South Africans in Nigeria who are selling powder to kids or hijacking people's cars. So I don't understand what point exactly was he trying to make. Like, it genuinely didn't make any sense to me. So I just wanted to verify that. The only reason we can actually come on such platforms and mention the crimes Nigerians are doing, it's simply because they are affecting us. We have Nigerians in our country who are doing these crimes. So it's a very weak argument that people make that South Africa has the highest criminality. So does that give you the excuse to skip so many countries to come to South Africa just to commit crime here? It does not make sense. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to touch on. Thank you guys for giving me an ear. I'm not sure who was here between Emperor and One Way.
Already spoke. Let Emperor speak now.
Okay, Emperor, you can speak.
And, Petals, just to add on what you said, right? I think if we didn't have these issues in our country, especially in, foreigners coming and committing the crime, we wouldn't be here talking about these things, So we are here to actually get a better understanding in terms of like why this thing is being done and why in South Africa, And I think since we've started these lives, majority, I'm not going to say all Nigerians, they would come here and be like, they blame it on a certain tribe, right? South Africans didn't start that. As a South African, I didn't know that Nigeria has so many tribes. I didn't know there were Yoruba, there were this, there were that. We are learning from these TikTok lives. And until I feel like as Nigerians, they start to come here and say, it's my Nigerian brother, I don't think we're not going to go anywhere, because they are the ones that are bringing this tribalism even on these platforms. It's as simple as that. So we are not fueling any tribalism in what is going on in Nigeria. We're not doing any of those things. It's you Nigerians that are coming here and blaming certain crimes on certain tribes. So if you want to open that can of worms, you might as well just go ahead and touch on it and let us know so we can be aware. It's as simple as that. Emperor, you can go ahead and mute your mic and make your submission.
He's not there. Can I speak? Okay. Sorry. Go on.
Yeah, good evening once again. Like Petals rightly said, I think I agree with her to some extent. And, when you say, Igbo people committing a certain kind of crime, it's like, putting it on one. We have all tribes in fact, we have 371 tribes in Nigeria. And these 371 tribes in Nigeria have what they are good at and have what they are bad at in terms of crime. Now, when you say Igbo people, and you go back to the statistics and the numbers of people committing this crime as Igbo people, yes, you can say that. But when you generalize it that Igbo people only do this, we have intellectuals who on the world stage that have done so many things and received global awards, who are Igbos also. Now, when you see criminals doing a lot of things, if you want us to start mentioning names and going back there, front and back and all that, it's not right. A crime is a crime, irrespective of which tribe is doing it. So, but the issue of bringing it, just, pinpointing, is like, we're bringing in some tribe will come, apply diplomacy to it, doing self-defense, excluding their tribe from doing this. Definitely, there's no crime, there's no tribe that is innocent of some particular kind of crime. Even the Northerners, they have their own crimes that they do. There's no tribe that is proud of criminals. There's no father who is going to be proud of his son who is a criminal. So let's be civil when we discuss this kind of a thing. If you see a Nigerian who is into all these crimes that personally, call the person out. Definitely, we know that some of them are doing, but definitely there's no criminal that will come out and say he's a criminal or she is a criminal. No. So once we have people like that who are coming on platform, and secondly, this platform is not a platform whereby it's whatever anybody says here is cast in concrete. Definitely, we have criminals. There are criminals who are Igbos, no doubt about that. There are criminals also who are from the north. There are criminals also who are from the west. They are everywhere. But if the agenda of this platform is about criminals from another tribe or from another country coming in to do that in your own country, then I can understand what you're talking about. But when Nigerians who are supposed to say, okay, if you look at your northern brother as your brother, if you see a northerner who is perpetrating a crime, you call him to order. If a northerner also from Nigeria sees a southeast person committing a crime, you should also put him to order as one Nigeria. We should not bring this divide and rule kind of approach to it. When it comes to politics, you see them, they divide themselves. When it comes to inner caucus in that politics, they come together. You see Northerners and the Igbo people eating and dining together. They marry themselves. But when it comes to crime, they want to everybody wants to push it to his or her own region. No. A criminal is a criminal, irrespective of wherever you're coming from. Even in Nigeria here, we have other people from other countries who come here and perpetrate crime. That's my submission.
All right, thank you, Emperor. Does anyone have any questions for him before we move on to the next speaker? Okay, you can go ahead one way.
Okay, what I want to say is that here we spoke a lot. We have to understand this platform is not a Nigerian platform. It's a South African platform. They came here to speak with people because they have problems. They realize this problem comes from Nigerians. They want to know. They are looking for solution for the problems. So if they open, a lot of Nigerians that will come book. If I have a platform,
Mano. Honestly, okay, yes, you guys call us traffickers and whatever, fine. But I saw people voting even without asking government for money. Can't you see that there's a lot of problems that you guys are just putting, oh, Chidima. Now she say, okay, yes, Chidima needs to come back to the country to resolve whatever crimes. Like, see, as an individual, see what you are looking at. You are looking at somebody that is in whether Mexico or whatever, or wherever she is. And I'm going to tell you the truth. An average man is not even thinking about that. You are thinking of how Chidima is going to come back to dance to the beat tune of the music or whatever, and all of it. When Chidima has moved on, that's those type of problem. Like, the problem is even starting little by little, and now you want to tell me, oh, there is no hate in your heart. Reading some comments on Twitter, when a lot of people take the whole thing personal, is Chidima the one that designed the document herself? Now, before you guys try to bring that kind of document out, I'm sure there are a lot of journalists or whatever in your country. Why didn't they put their hand together to bring the story out, and then also say, okay, this is the identity of the person that was stolen? But no, you just bring half information out the internet when we are busy with so many things in our country. Bobrisky, P-Square and his this thing. Then you now brought to our notice, okay, there's this thing going on. Because normally, maybe the Chidima girl would have not even had any place in top 10 because you are busy with a lot of things. Like, for example, you can see the Big Brother that happened this year. People don't really pay attention. But you guys were the one that brought our attention to that. And because South Africans has been known for, or South Africa has been known for xenophobia or xenophobic attack 3 times in a decade, there's no way we would not pay attention to that. Nigeria will protect our very own. We protect, even if it's an individual, we will protect them. We are aware of whatever going on in our country, but we will not let half information. We will not let Chidima be persecuted for half information. Now, another thing again, you talk about the drug or whatever. Now, there's like the drugs can be moved from one part to the other, right?
It's powder, not the D word. We use the word powder.
Okay, sorry. The powder can be moved from one region to the other. And I'm sure...
So you built MTN?
My guy, you see, the oil supply
you that is talking now, you built MTN because you went to put iron together. Because you went to put iron together.
You don't like the answers, but you're asking the question, so you don't know us once. South Africa is the economy of Nigeria.
He was working in the core box.
We built DSTV for Nigeria. You understand that?
You built MTN, you built DSTV.
Watch channels.
Most Nigerians don't even use
I'm asking you.
I don't even know why you're even talking about that.
I'm asking you.
We built the civil work for water in South Africa. Nigeria doesn't have clean water. You don't have hygienic water.
No. Don't call
But you're asking us what we build.
Don't call Nigeria. Let's talk about South Africa. Let's talk about South Africa.
Okay,
We'll go to
let's
Nigeria.
talk about South Africa.
When we finish, listen carefully. When we finish with Nigeria, South Africa, we'll go to Nigeria.
South Africa gets their water from Lesotho. They are talking about where are you getting your water from?
Listen, wait, brother, wait. Wait now. In 2021, there were riots in July 2021, known as the Zuma unrests. True or false? Where you guys were protesting corruption of your government, of your former president, Jacob Zuma. He was arrested and taken, listen, he was arrested and taken to court and charged for corruption. True or false? He was even in prison for corruption. You
Let
people
me
will come
answer
here.
you.
When they start telling you the truth, you will not see any of them here again. All of you will keep quiet. Is it a lie?
Look,
Is it a lie?
Look,
But let me
that incident
Israel.
resulted in widespread looting, widespread racial tension, deployment of the South African National Defence Force, economic distress, civil unrest.
Put in prison Zuma.
You guys had all these issues
Those protests
because of that
Zuma was
protest.
arrested. Stop lying.
No,
You don't
I
know
said
anything about South
listen
Africa.
carefully.
Why did you guys not do your own dam in your
In
country?
2021,
You guys don't have
listen
water.
carefully. In 2021,
You built
guys,
a dam.
listen.
Yeah.
I beg Michael wait. In 2021, South Africa had South Africa had riots in July 2021 caused by Zuma's unrest.
in the whole of the month, South Africans were stealing
had
from
waves of
warehouse,
civil unrest occurred in South
ATMs,
Africa's
and
KwaZulu
the
Natal.
cost was
In
up
all
to
those provinces,
over
it was
50
sparked by the
billion
imprisonment
US
of the former president
South
Jacob
Africa is
Zuma
still standing.
for contempt of court
Take
as a result
50
of
billion US dollars in
corruption.
Nigeria. Nigeria will collapse.
As a result of your corruption, you are talking about other people. I'm telling you here, after Zuma was in prison,
You also focus on your
guys started
country.
burning,
Stop talking
you started
about us.
burning,
Why don't you
you started
focus on your
burning,
country?
you started burning your town, burning people.
Focus on your country.
No,
Tell
don't
Tinubu
focus
to
on my
stop giving you
country. I'm
rice
telling
when
you.
you
Never focus on our country.
Tell Tinubu to stop giving you rice when you protest. When you protest that you want wages, you want salary increase. Tell Tinubu that we want salary increase, not rice. Stop focusing on South African affairs. Focus on Tinubu. Focus and fight for your rights. Fight for your rights in Nigeria. Look at Mozambique. Mozambique now is fighting for their rights. Mozambique are fighting for their rights because of
Yes,
greed.
if Mozambique has to fight for their right, they have to take the electricity that they are giving to you. So
Why
that
don't you
you
go
guys
fight
are
for your rights in
using,
Mozambique? Why don't you go fight for your rights in Nigeria?
these guys are using electricity from another country to power their phones and insult people from Mozambique. How can you don't have any electricity? Name one electricity dam.
I'm saying power to them for fighting for their rights in their country.
No,
Power
you
to
use
them
somebody's
for fighting for
electricity
their rights in their
to
country.
fight him, right? You are using another water from Lesotho to have energy to fight Lesotho.
Standing up to the government and fighting their government. Power to Mozambique for fighting their government. You don't even have the balls to stand
You
up
don't
and
have
fight to
electricity.
You don't
Your
have the balls.
electricity
We
is
have
from
electricity.
Botswana,
We supply
Mozambique.
Zimbabwe, we supply Namibia.
Where
we
is
supply
your
Lesotho,
electricity
we supply
from?
Botswana with Eskom.
If Mozambique gets angry, they'll just get you off.
We supply electricity to Mozambique, Botswana, Lesotho, Namibia, Zimbabwe.
Name one dam that is in South Africa. Name one dam. Name it. Name it. Okay.
It's the Valdem. I'm naming
right.
Valdem.
Take your phone. Take your phone. Right.
Valdem. There's a term in South Africa called
Take your phone. Take your phone.
Nigerian economy is on my back pocket. Left one. You get
the Valdem.
Is
a Valdem.
The cat dam in Lesotho is the main source of water supply to South Africans. That's the cat dam. Is the main source of water supply to South Africa.
VAL.
That one can just supply only Soweto. That dam can supply